one of the things that we disagree with sometimes on, or that I disagree with you on. This is like the one thing that I disagree with you on. Like the one difference between me and you in like pre-selection. You push guys to do like where you DM like a lot of girls, so then y'all can like set it up bikini stuff or like photo shoots,
charity
events, do all that type of stuff. Now I argue that like the girls that do that type of stuff, there are a certain type of girl. Like I made something called a fuck girl tier list, and I put those girls like, and I'm not saying a fuck girl is just like a horrible person. I'm just saying she's a fuck girl, just like how there's fuck boys out here. And at the top of those fuck girls tier list, the S tiers, I always say it's the Instagram models. It's or I would actually say like OnlyFans is like a step above that, like a S plus tier probably.
Got it.
But like any girl that makes money off of or likes that influence, likes the likes, likes all that attention and stuff, that validation, they're all the way up at their top, and they're the hardest to make happy in a relationship.
Yes.
They're the ones that there's just too much. And then right under that,
it's a function of stimulus. You actually should sort it by stimulus, not by promiscuity. Because the reason why
it is by stimulus, because like the one under that is strippers.
The reception of stimulus is how you should, because I know strippers who don't fuck anyone, and I know OnlyFans girls who like haven't had sex in years, and I know girls who work as a receptionist at some cosmetic company who fuck 7 dudes this week.
I have girlfriends, dude, that are the most gorgeous girls in Dallas, and they have literally less than 5 bodies. Like they're the greatest good Christian girls ever. So no, I completely agree with you, but still they're perceived, and I have to teach this to the girls all the time on the panel, like you're still perceived as this, and you're going to be put in the fuck only category just for these certain things.
For sure.
So I would say, there's the A tier, which is strippers, B tier, which I would say is bottle girls. So like those, and then C tier, I would say, are girls who work at restaurants, because they're just now getting into making money off of validation, or they're using their beauty, but they're usually feminine women in all these categories. They're feminine women usually. They're usually the
feminine looking women.
Yes. Which is usually what we end up wanting, though. In the end, is we want a feminine looking woman,
small waist, big boobs.
Yeah. And so my thing is, though, I feel like your program sometimes pushes people into those higher tiers, and that's fine if you're a badass guy. If you're a A tier fuck boy or a B tier fuck boy, you can handle those fuck girls because you have the experience to go against them. But I'm scared of them going against getting finessed, because I've watched it for years. I've watched guys get finessed like crazy by strippers and those type of girls. So it's like, it's a huge deal to me to like push guys away from those type of girls and really just like avoid them. They're the plague.
Okay.
Avoid the model bitches.
So I understand what you're saying, and I think without support, what you're saying is correct. At the beginning of every episode of MO, if you guys put it in the chat if you guys know what song we play, our anthem. It's it's Everybody by Juicy J. That's what we play. These they for everybody. You can find them at every party. They gonna be loyal not to anybody. So we don't have that issue in our program. Guys do not get taken advantage of by women in our program because of the way we set it up. So there's 2 things going on here. Number one, I do want my guys to be around the most attractive women as much as possible, because when they meet their dream girl, what happens is there's no weirdness. They're so calibrated. They're so, guys, if you're they're so hyper calibrated to being around beautiful women and having hot female friends who introduce them to more beautiful women, that doesn't become an issue for them. And the second thing is, we as a support group just understand that, like, hey, any sort of one of the things I say is we don't escalate until the girl comes in your bedroom. So one of the things is
that's smart.
Girls will say things like, they'll write you, where are you at? What are you doing? And they'll just do like, the guys will explain, she asked me where I'm at. She sent me nudes, or she sent me an implied. And I'm like, whatever. Okay. And I said, well, then you don't respond with a dick pic. What you do is you say, let's meet up. And then when she doesn't meet up, and I say, everybody unmute yourselves. What's going on? And everybody goes, she just wants attention. So we just train the guys to understand. Do you remember when I did that debate with Knight and Bishop on Alex Playing with Fire's thing? Have you ever seen that? And the guy goes, Michael, I just don't understand how can you tell if a woman is like genuinely sexually interested in you? And my answer was, because she has sex with you. Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever. I couldn't understand, and then I realized that this guy had been robbed by a stripper, and that's why he felt that way, because he was getting genuine sexual interest from someone who robbed him. I guarantee you that's what happened.
Yeah.
So the whole thing happens, and I keep explaining to these guys, I'm like, I just want you to get used to. It's almost like saying, if you took a girl and gave her a 50 cal Barrett, at first she can't handle that gun. That gun is too big. But if she got to practice with the gun, it's pretty easy. Then later on, when you give her a little 308 to go hunt deer with, she's been firing this Barrett. She knows how to shoot the 308. The 308's like a little pop gun for her. If you put a guy under a bench and he's putting up 350, You know what I'm saying? He might not like at first he can't bench 350. Once he can bench 350, then when you put 200 pounds on the bench, it's no problem for him. So for me, I put these guys in the most chaotic, hyper stimulus environment so that when they go home and they're talking to Becky, Becky is not a problem
Yeah.
for them anymore. They're just coolish. They like the
And I
Fonz.
totally agree with
They're
that part
cool
of
as
it. Yeah.
shit, and that has been my strategy. Now, here's the thing: if that's over the last 2 years, if that strategy had not worked, I would have adjusted. The strategy has absolutely worked. My
Yeah.
guys are so when they're around hot girls, they're so fucking cool around them, and the girls even remote is like, yeah, I can tell when you're with MOA guys because they don't trip whenever around hot girls. Like there's guys at my apartment all the time, and there's always women running around naked in my apartment, and they don't trip, they don't stop playing video games, or they don't stop talking. Like they just it doesn't even phase them that girls are walking around nude in my apartment. And why? Because they're used to being around that all the time, and they don't get flustered by super attractive women. So they have a better chance of attracting super attractive women on top of the fact that they throw events, charity events, bikini competitions, promoter events, theme parties, container events. They throw all these events with tons of beautiful women, so they have incredible women to choose from. Think about from my situation with my girlfriend. I've hosted 47 bikini competitions.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest bikini competition in the world I was the host of last October in Mexico, and she was one of the finalists. Like I had to go through that many girls. I was that selective,
Yeah.
and I found the hottest girl I have ever seen at any contest I've ever been to, and she became my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is that? Because of all the options that I got from all the recruiting. I was asked to go to that bikini competition because I'm a recruiter for bikini competitions.
Mm-hmm.
And so from that, I got a girl who has an extremely low body count, who's trying to go to law school, who's incredibly good, in incredibly good shape. All those things that are amazing. And she's super loyal to me. But how did I do that? It's because I had to go through thousands of women to get to that point. I'm not saying I slept with thousands of women, but I had
we understand.
options
you
to
had
all
to
those
have
women.
access.
And that's what
to
that. And it wasn't. It wasn't
Something
a. It wasn't like a stripper show. It was a literal bikini pageant where she has to get up there in a gown and answer questions.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like that, and I just found this ultimate pageant queen who fit what I wanted physically, mentally, emotionally. And so in order to do that, I needed to be around a ton of options. But I can tell you, 25-year-old me running into Kylie McGahey, I would have pissed on myself.
Yeah.
There's no way a girl like that I would have talked to who was that fucking hot, I would have been able to do so. And for those of you who've seen her on camera, wait till you see her in person. She's just like, so like it, she doesn't even make sense how hot she is. But when that happens, it's like one of these things that I know that the 45-year-old me could handle it because I've dated several playmates before. But 25-year-old me definitely could not have handled it.
Yeah,
and
no,
so it was the
and I
immersion
agree.
that fixed it.
Do you think there's an age that's like makes like would you tell your guys if they're trying to date a girl that's like 30 plus, like would you advise them against it or anything like that?
No, I don't have any problem because of I can show you some girls who are 30 plus who are the hottest women I've ever seen in my life. That's not the issue.
Oh yeah, I see them on your show.
Yeah, what you have to do is, dude, Jamie Villamore is a fucking 10 and she's 41 years old. Okay. The thing
But
is,
do you don't think that those girls can be fucked up after that long of like sleeping around?
No, I
and
definitely
shit?
do. But like the thing for me is, okay, so this is the other part of your question. I do think you need to have a point in your life where you are indiscriminately having sex with insanely hot women. I do. I don't mean fuck girls without a condom, and I don't mean fuck hookers, and I don't mean go out and just try to fuck strippers. What I mean is you go out and see super hot women, and you have a skill set that you have worked on that allows you to at least be in her presence and to get her attention so that you can go out with her, and then at some point be like every dude should at least before you get married have had sex with one fucking 10, at least one like
I agree with
gorgeous
that.
fucking girl. Like you at least have the skill set to know that you can do that, because what happens is if you can't, and you're a 45-year-old dude who just happened to get rich after you turn 40, and you're dating some girl who's like a fucking 7, but she's 25 years old, and she just has your balls in a fucking vice the whole time because you don't know that you could date a 10, you're so afraid to lose this woman that you end up self-deleting when you lose her. I don't want that. I want you to know as a man that you could, again, I know that if I lost all my money today, I could make money again because I understand business. I want you to be able to understand women enough to where you can do that again. How do you do that? Immersion and excessive amounts of abundance. I think that's what you need to have experience. Now, if you guys for religious reasons choose to not put your penis in these women, I don't have any problem with that. We actually have a couple of guys in MOA who are
You
like
just got to
that.
be around them.
There's
You don't
no
gotta put your penis in
I
them.
just want you to get to the point where you can see the red flag. When you start talking to them and they start explaining to you that they're only attracted to men because of energy and they only will date Sagittarius, and they start saying that I'm a bad bitch, and that girl last night who's saying that she was a 10, like that
Oh.
kind of stuff. When you see those red flags, you're not going to know that those are red flags if you have been educated by Disney. You're not going to recognize those are red flags. and you're going to get in trouble. So what I propose is massive amounts of immersion. I propose, like, that's why I love Access Vegas, because some of the girls on there, like, we had a girl who was a lieutenant in the Army. She's like, I haven't been with that many dudes. I'm not interested in casual sex. And we had another girl sitting across from her saying, I wish that you could put my head in a box with 7 penises and I could suck all 7.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
So but I want guys to see this. I want them to understand the truth that is not fucking Cinderella, but they're not all whores either. Yeah. I need them to see that.
Both sides.
So that's the reason why I want to do that.
Yeah, no.
Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high-quality, desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you and are sick of using dating apps with low-value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.